Welcome back. This is the final video of our units. It is called opposite integers. So it's important that you have watched the previous video in order to fully understand what is happening in this video. So let's get started. Write the opposite integer of 5. So let's find 5 here. 5 is here. The opposite integer would be negative 5. And it says 3, well, negative 3. Negative 3 is right here. The opposite of negative 3 would be 3. You might also see it written like this. What is the opposite integer? So let's go in order here. 8 is here. The opposite is negative 8. Negative 9. Whoops, circled the wrong thing. Sorry, negative 9 is right here. The opposite integer is 9. 10 is right here. The opposite is negative 10. And lastly, negative 7 is right here. And the opposite is right here. So it's 7. You have to look at it as if the 0 is in the middle of the number line. So if you were to, if this was a piece of paper and you were to fold it, so just so you were to fold it from here to here, the numbers would appear on each side. What is the opposite of 0? Well, 0 is special because it's the only number that doesn't have an opposite, or it does. The opposite is itself. So remember, you would fold the number line right there. 0 is a very special number in this case. So look at the number line. How can you tell if one integer is greater than the other? So in the last video, I said the further to the right, the larger the integer. So if you go this way, integers get smaller. 3 is to the left of 4. So 3 is here, 4 is here. So this direction is left. So 3 is less than 4. Negative 3, and there's negative 4. Negative 3 is to the right of negative 4. So negative 3 is larger. Okay, because it's to the right. 5 is to the right of 2, because 5 is here, 2 is here. So 2 is less than negative 5 right here, and negative 2. Negative 5 is to the left of negative 2. Negative 2 is greater than. I know here I put larger. It's supposed to be greater. Right? Greater than or less than. Oh, sorry, less than, greater than in the box. So 4 is less than 7. So that means negative 4 is greater than negative 7. 8 is greater than 6. So negative 8 is less than negative 6. 13 is greater than 9. Negative 13 is greater than, negative 13 is less than 9. Negative 9. What number is closer to 0? 3 or 4? Well, here's 3, here's 4, there's 0. Clearly the answer for this one is 3. So let's look at the other ones. Looks like we're going to have to do some erasing here because we have a few examples. Which is closer to 0? Well, you have 3, negative 4. 3 is closer. Negative 3 or 4, which is closer to 0. Negative 3 is closer to 0 because it's got 1, 2, 3 jumps. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps. Negative 3 or negative 4, which one's closer to 0? Well, negative 3 is. It's closer to 0. Negative 1 or positive 5 Which number is closer to 0? Well, it's -1. It's much closer to 0. And our last example, 1 or -5. Which one's closer to 0? +1 is. The temperature of a freezer for storing and freezing food should be between -30 degrees and -18. So when we're writing the negatives, the bigger number goes first because it's the lower number in this case. It'll make sense as you get older. Just trust me on this one. Which temperatures are acceptable for a freezer? It has to be between -30. So -30 is right here. And pretend this number line ends at -18. So you'd have to look at all the numbers that are in between. -27 would be right here. So that's good. +3 would be all the way somewhere out here, even further. This is not good for a freezer. Do not put your ice cream in a +3 freezer. It'll melt. This next one is -12. Well, -12 is out here. -12 is not acceptable for a freezer. It'll still be okay, but it's just not acceptable. -19 is right there. -19 is good. This is the final slide of the video, and it just asks, what symbol can be put in the box to make it true? 34,207 is greater than, well, it can't be 110,642. This would have to be a negative number. So really, if you rewrite it, it would look like this. 34,207 is greater than -110,642. Again, grade 6 this is the first time you're seeing this. It will come back again later on in the year. But until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.